Unmuted.
Yes, I am unmuted. Hello, everybody. I don't know why we are such a small group tonight. This is very odd. Hopefully everybody will catch up. We have the same number of entries that we normally do, so I would think that folks will be tuning in. I don't have a lot of business. I did want to mention for any of you who would like to watch the international contest that we are participating in, we have 4 images in that contest. It's this Saturday at 10 a.m. and I'm going to send out information on that. So anyone who wants to watch, I have 1 image, Joe Gilchrist, Susan Little, and Francisco Gomez. And Francisco is just got to Iceland, I guess, yesterday. So he's not here tonight. Let's see what else. Matt, probably important that you talk about the, you know what?
Voting?
Yeah, the voting.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can see the website, correct?
Yes.
All right, so you're going to go to competitions, go to ad hoc, and you're going to go to vote. And you're going to select 2022 themes. Hit vote or view over here on the left. Make sure you go through, start at the first one, give it your score, whatever it is. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but give whatever score it's going to be. I didn't like limbs, so I gave it a 3. Go through them all, score them all. When you're done, make sure you hit record your scores. Otherwise, you won't record nothing. And we won't get your votes. So again, go to competitions, ad hoc, vote, 2022 themes, voter view. Start at the first one. As soon as you click on the score, it'll go to the next one. Whatever you liked. Keep going all the way to the end. There's what, 50 of them you said, Debbie?
Yeah,
Close to
there's
50.
50, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't see your specific one in there, it may be that it was combined with another one. We had a number that of ideas that overlapped. So, you know, if you don't see yours worded the way you had it worded, that's the reason why. There were several that overlapped. Mary Ann, very funny. She wants to know how many times she can vote. You can vote as many times as you want, but only the last vote's going to count.
Exactly. Last time you hit record scores, that's going to be the one that counts. And you have until, I believe Will set it up for the 14th. So you have until the 14th to finish.
Right,
And then
that's
we're
this
done.
Sunday. That's this Sunday at midnight. So please, please, please vote. So
And then the next competition, I'll have at least January's topic, if not all of them.
yeah,
But we'll definitely have January's topic by the next competition.
yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, sorry, we're a little late getting this together this year.
Yeah, Debbie's been traveling, I've been traveling.
Yeah.
So, in fact, next weekend I'll be in Mexico. So, but we'll have January's theme at least by the next competition,
Okay, good.
which is in 2 weeks.
Val, you don't have anything else, Matt, right?
Nope.
Rose, good question. Let me just look at that again. Hold on a minute. Let me go back to Rose. Do you see her? She asked a question.
Yeah, I think it only
Through and scored some and not other than hit record vote. Do we have to do it again?
I don't think it really matters, but you may want to give 3s or something to the others, because if you don't like the topic and somebody else gives it a 9, you don't give it a 3, it's going to be a 9.
Right, because it's an average, and if you don't vote, your vote is not averaged in.
Yeah, so it's an average score. So if you wrote, like, I didn't like limbs, so I gave it a 3. Sorry, whoever wanted limbs. But yeah, if you don't score them all, then it won't take your average of not liking it.
Yeah, but if your question, Rose, is you cannot score something, but as Matt's saying, there's no point in not scoring something. You really should score everything in one way or another. But it won't like disregard your vote or something if you had skipped a few.
And it's only going to count your vote one time.
Yeah, the last time.
Yeah, the last time you hit record scores.
Anybody else have questions on that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm just looking.
Yeah, I don't see any other questions. I think we're
Okay.
good.
All right. Good. I'm glad you're having pasta, Marianne. All right. We are going to have to decide soon, and we're going to have a meeting, heads up to board and board members and all of our executive committee. We're going to need to meet soon to decide about what we're going to do for January, starting in January, if we're going to go back in person or whatever. So we need to have a discussion. If anybody has a very strong feeling about that, please feel free to send me an email, and we'll count your thoughts in with our thoughts, and see what we're going to do. We cannot, I mentioned last time, even if we do meet in person in January, we cannot have our usual party because we have to follow the church's rules, and one of their rules is that they only allow prepackaged foods. So unless we want to eat Fritos and bags of peanuts, we can't have our potluck. They also have a rule, by the way, just a heads up to everybody right now, that masks are required inside the church. So anybody who does choose to come in person, if we hold it in person, you'll need to wear a mask. Okay, Valerie, if you can unmute yourself and talk to us a little bit about topics for next year.
I am working on getting a few new speakers, but if anybody have any recommendations, and I'm going to look at some of the recommendations that were sent last year that were a little too late for us to include this year. But again, we're trying awfully hard to get new people in. But if not, we'll go to the well and bring in some of our people who haven't spoken in about it, at least a year or two, because we're trying to make sure we get new voices in. So if you think of anyone, please share.
Valerie, add Jim to your list because he apparently does talks on the topic that we have tonight, in fact.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, I think
I'll unmute you, Jim.
Got it. Thank you.
just one other thing. Melinda could not be here tonight. She does not have the scores yet for the latest PSA round. She's expecting to get them shortly though, and we'll send out an email on the weekend. So I think that's it on business, unless anyone, Joe or Will or Tom, anybody has anything? Raise your hand and we can call on you. Will, are we straightened out yet with Mozilla and Firefox? You could unmute him, Matt.
I don't think we are because I always use Firefox and it didn't work.
Actually, we should be fixed on that since I think it was Monday. Ken Curtis
Monday?
actually found the
fix.
Ken Curtis was able to tell me what to do.
Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, it was the
I intended sending out an email, but I forgot to do that. Sorry about that.
Firefox is working.
Okay, yeah, John's been using it and it's working.
Yeah, I'm
John's
just
testing.
trying it
Thank
now.
you.
So
Okay, all right. Matt, while you get Jim's pictures queued up, let me just talk to everybody about his very impressive resume here. And Jim, I went on your website and looked at your photos, and they were really wonderful. I really enjoyed
Thank you.
looking at them. So Jim lives now in Flemington, but he was born and raised in Brooklyn, and he specializes in documentary and fine art photography. He's also something called a Moab Master Photographer. Moab, which is a select group of artists that are connected by their visions and by their love of reproducing their images on Moab fine art paper. So he is a Moab master photographer, and he does seminars and workshops locally, regionally, internationally. He has a number of degrees from the Professional Photographers of America, Masters of Photography, Master of Electronic Imaging, Craftsman degree, which I don't know what that is, an ASP, lots and lots of awards to his name. And right now, since June of 2010, he's been working on a humanitarian project documenting the people and the country of Haiti. And he said it's a journey that's changed his life. So maybe he'll tell us a little bit about that. A country was so little, yet so proud. He has an impressive list of print publications, international street photography, diamond photographer, loan collection, professional photography magazine front cover, Lensworks 2014 cover and spread, and a bunch of others. So we are very honored to have you tonight, Jim, to do our judging, and we're looking forward to learning a lot from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I do appreciate it. There's nothing better than giving back. So I look forward to seeing the amazing work you guys do and sharing some tips and ideas.
Excellent. So I put together a quick little movie with the images that you sent.
Okay.
It's on the screen now. It's about 53 seconds long. So we'll watch that real quick and then we can get going. All right, and that's it.
Thank you. Just real quick, Lynn, you already mentioned a couple of things, some of the publications, and they were correct. So I really don't have too much to add. There's a couple of other things, but minor publications. Street photography, as far as I'm concerned, is not necessarily just about people. I think Matt and Lynn and I discussed that a little bit about your competition. I like to, capture more than just people. Sometimes it's the environment as well. So I call it people, places, and things. So there's a lot of stuff to be photographed on the street besides people. But I understand if you're not limiting this just to people, right? It could be kind of anything. Is that right,
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
On the street?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. We want critiques is fine.
Yeah. Yep.
And scoring is from 6 to 9.
6 to 9. Yep.
Okay. And then we filter back. We'll filter back into the I guess the 8s. I don't know how do you do it for honorable mentions and things like that. But whatever you need, just
Yeah, we'll pick from the highest scores, get your first, second, third, then the HMs, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds great. So there's going to be one. So if there's, let's just say there was 4 9s, we have to call them down to one of them to be the number one, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
And Jim, I'll announce the titles. This is Debbie, and then you can score the
Okay,
talk about the
and-
image and score it.
And last thing, is there, some clubs have like a presentation or a mat around that? Is that something that's part of it, or it is not?
It depends on the maker. Some of them include a like a white line or some kind of something. A lot of them don't, so.
Okay, that's fine.
We encourage it, but we don't require it
Okay,
because the background's black, so it helps to define the edges.
it does.
All right, so we're gonna start with our beginners group, group 1. We have 2 images.
Okay,
Okay, on the boardwalk.
this is nicely photographed. We caught a nice candid image, nice and sharp, while still in movement, which is great. The composition is well done. In other words, I don't know if anything was cropped, but if it was well cropped. And the exposure is pretty good. Sometimes it's very difficult to capture, the tonal range that a camera can handle sometimes on a real sunny day with a lot of brights and darks, but this was well handled, a 7.
Hot pretzels.
Once again, good timing on this candid shot. Sometimes we have to be careful of what we want in or not in. So we see the image being cut off a little bit on the bottom. I don't know if there's any more room. Something, when you're looking through the lens of the camera, and I know this happens with me, sometimes I'm so focused, no pun intended, on the subjects that sometimes you forget what's around them. So make sure that you understand what's around. And also, I don't know if you're shooting RAW in your camera, I would recommend you do shoot RAW so you can control a lot of the elements. In other words, the highlights and the shadows. You can see the umbrellas on the top are pretty well kind of blown out with no detail. So if you couldn't get that detail back, then maybe you could crop in just a little bit so it wouldn't be so bright. But I really love what you did with the timing. Very well done. 8.
All right, for this group, we just need 1 HM, so it's gonna be the 8.
Okay.
And now we'll review.
And that honorable mention belongs to Susan Freeman. Congratulations, Susan. I don't think
Very
she's
nice,
on
Susan.
tonight.
Very nice.
All right, now we're gonna move on to group 2. There's 12 images.
Okay.
So we need a first, second, third, and 2 HMs.
Hi, Susan. Congratulations. She is here. Take me home now.
That's great. I always say to people, sometimes there are some competitions that they don't have to title it, and I find a title to be really very, very important. I love the crop in here, so we don't see the whole person, and really just kind of close in on the dog. Great shot, good colors, good composition. 8.
All decked out for the Halloween parade.
This is a very fun shot. One of the things that I tell people sometimes, don't always shoot at eye level. It's okay to get down a little bit lower or try different angles. It just gives a better, sometimes a more powerful perspective. The colors are great. I love the kids. I would have probably zoomed in on them a little bit tighter, try to get them. That's the most important part of it, but 7.
Carriage ride on country road.
This was handled very nicely, well cropped. I love that the maker made sure that there was room on the left-hand side as the horse and the carriage that it's pulling there are going into that direction. We have a nice leading line coming in from the left-hand side. Colors are very nice. You got warms and browns. This works very, very well. An 8.
Just chilling out.
In post-processing, sometimes we have to be very, very careful on our, how we post-processing. We want to make sure when we're dodging and burning that we don't see that actual process. It should be something that just helps the image a little bit, but doesn't take away too much. As you can see around the person's head on the left, you can see a glow, and you can also see the dark areas down by the towel and the back of the young man. So be careful when you're working on your post-processing. 7.
Changing of the guard.
This is great. Sharp, a lot of action, exactly what we're looking for here. One coming and the other one leaving. Beautiful colors. I love the warm tones in the background. Good camera lens selection to capture all that's happening. 8.
Alone together.
Yeah, it's the world of cell phones. I've done a program on just cell phones all day long. People can walk into walls, doors, into water. It's crazy. This is I like what's happening here. We got a nice leading line coming down from the stairs into the 2 people that are sitting, and this is what everyday life. Unfortunately, everybody's on the phone and almost ignoring each other. But it was well captured. 7.
Sad and lonely.
This is something that we unfortunately see a lot of out and out of the streets, wherever you might be. I've done a lot of this, especially in the cities of Philly and Manhattan. But it's reality, and this is a good capture. And I like the cropping done on this as well. It really zooms in on the figure themselves. 7.
Halloween parade ready.
Here we have a little bit of a lower camera angle, like I had said before, which works pretty nicely. One of the things is when we put our techniques on our post-processing, whatever we're doing, we try not to make that the focus of the final product. It should be something that just helps improve your image. So we have a very dark vignette going around this, which I don't have a problem with vignettes, but don't make that, it's a little bit too heavy here, and we can see what happens to the colors in the background. They start to go a little funky. 7.
Smarten up, men.
Yeah. Okay, here, let's think about, again, the whole image, what we want in, what we want out. Maybe leave a little more room on the gentleman on the right-hand side. And it's okay to move yourself around if you're using available light. And I do. I use Mother Nature's light all the time. I don't use a flash outdoors. So you got to be careful what's in the camera. As we can see, the fence in the background is really blown out. What can we do? Sometimes we can just walk around in a different angle and shoot maybe towards the building where it would have been less, busy. 7.
on the beach.
This is a good capture, although we remember what I just talked about is using filters and in the post-processing, please try, it's okay to use these filters, but use them sparingly for the most part. It should just enhance it, not be part of, you know, what we're talking about here. You dodge, you know, and you can see what happens to the skin colors and stuff like that. So just be careful when you're working on your post-processing. 7.
Family moment.
I like the selection of the lens they use. It's a telephoto lens. You can see a nice smoke in the background. So what that does is add a lot of more dimension to your image, separating the foreground from the background. And this is well done. It's in a very difficult type of lighting, but the exposure was well kept, both in shadow and highlight. And it's a good story. 8.
Will they meet?
I love the title. It's great. This is a great story. Here we can see sometimes a good time of the day to shoot. You know, it's a little more flat lighting and it's more forgiving. This is a wonderful story here, a great capture and a great title, 9.
All right, we have 1-9, so that's obviously our first place. And then we have 4 8s. I need a second and third from this. I will show you all of them first.
Okay,
You should be able to see thumbnails at
do.
the bottom.
I do.
I don't see them yet, so I don't know.
I do.
Okay, there they are. So there's image 1. This is 2, 3, and that's the 4th one. I can go through
Okay.
whichever one you want.
I can see this. Changing of the guards would be the second
Okay.
second place. And the third would be the horses.
The horses. Okay. So this is going to be an HM. And this is going to be an HM.
Very nice.
And that's all we needed. So now we'll review this contest. Oh. Go back. Now we can review the contest.
Okay. Honorable mention, Take Me Home Now, Terry Donofrio. Congratulations,
nice, Terry.
Terry. And Family Moment by Subra. Boy, I can say
good
your first name, Subra. Bhattacharya, you're gonna have to help me. Bhattacharya. You're gonna have to teach me how to say this, Subra. But honorable mention, nice photo. Thank you.
It is.
Third place, Carriage Ride on Country Road, Pat Kurzel. Congratulations, Pat.
Well done, Pat.
And second place, again, Subra, Changing of the Guard. Congratulations.
Beautiful.
All right. We're going to go to group 3 now. There's 24 images. So we need a first, second, third.
Hold on. Did we get we didn't get first?
We don't show the first until the end.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You got to pick a best of show out of them.
Gotcha.
So 24 images, first, second, third, 4 HMs.
And what, this is the top level?
No, this is our intermediates, group 3.
Okay.
Okay, Love You.
This is great. This is a beautiful capture of a wonderful candidate. a little bit what I said before, the angle that the photographer picked is great. Beautiful profile lighting on the subject in the front. Great choice of lens. A lot of good things happening in this image. 9.
When is that meeting?
Here we have good stop action. Background is subtle, nice and soft. So we can see the main part of the story here. It's an overcast day with umbrellas. So I love to shoot out in the inclement weather. I think you can get some really cool stuff. 7.
Noon nap.
Yeah. Great leading lines. Something that's really important when you're trying to photograph just about any kind of subject. Really, we have nice leading lines from the very front big stone there all the way out the diagonal line, which works very well. The only issue I see here is you got haloing, and sometimes that happens with over sharpening. If you look at the pants on the gentleman that's laying down, you can see that white line. You got to be very careful that you don't go too far with contrast and or sharpening. 7.
Remembering Vietnam.
I like the story. I like the title, but it's hard for me to envision exactly what, I know the maker knows what they're looking at. I think this needs to be a little tighter in and really just fill the frame a little bit more. And so this way you eliminate the buildings on the top and really just gear in on the two people in the foreground and that beautiful structure of green in the background. 7.
Please let me eat my lunch.
Yeah. This one is well composed, and well exposed as well. Nice story. I think we could bring down the tone a little bit. It's a little bright around the edges there. We talked about vignettes. This one probably could use a little bit of a vignette. 7.
Friends share an umbrella.
This is again a tough situation to shoot at because their faces are a little bit in shadow. It's not terrible, and their dresses are in the highlight area. Sometimes, obviously, we can't help that, especially if you're shooting with natural light. It's a little squashed for me. I'd like to see a little more headroom, so this way it just adds a little better balance to the image. 7.
Times Square.
Sometimes, although I'm a real culprit of this, I shoot a lot of weird camera angles and I tilt my camera, but sometimes when we're looking at something like this with a horizon line, we make sure that it's straight because it tilts towards the left here. So make sure that you got that going. And don't forget when you're post processing, you can open up the foreground or the shadow area and darken down the background as well. Sometimes we need a central point of interest. This has a lot of stuff going on, so it's hard for me to pick out a certain area to really gaze into. 7.
Morning coffee.
This technique or filters, whatever they used, I think was well done. It wasn't overdone. It gives almost a vintage kind of feel to it. And I love that kind of look. I think it works very well with this image as well. Well cropped, good story. 8.
Cigarette break.
I can just guess, maybe Cuba. I've been there. It kind of looks like it. I could be wrong. Once again, I think it could have been straightened out a little bit. I know I'm nitpicking here, but it just helps, keep it nice and square. I like the fact that the subject is in that open doorway, the dark doorway that separates them. I'd like to see the highlights toned down just a little bit, but it's really a nice image. 8.
Break dancers, New York City.
Yeah, this is great. Good timing. I like the fact that we have some movement in it. That really tells it all. Everything doesn't have to be tack shot. And I love what's happening in the background. Everybody's just looking in and everybody's enjoying themselves. This is well done, well executed. 8.
Summer in the City.
Well done. We talked about exposure. We talk about color. The juxtaposition of warm tones, which is the wall and the blue jeans, that works really very well. It adds a little tension. And what I really love most about it is the face on the top hand, the right corner there, and the decaying of the wall. It's a good capture. 9.
Sunday lunch in Ambato, Ecuador.
Oh boy. Yeah. Reminds me a little bit of like Haiti, cutting up the heads and stuff like that. And that's why I don't eat meat. But I like the crop. I don't have a problem with him coming into the person. It kind of just shows exactly where he's going. I would have taken a little bit off on the left-hand side. This way, come a little bit more, even maybe I like the pig on the right-hand side, but I would have cropped off into his shoulders a little bit. 7.
Night Queen.
A difficult time. Our cameras, I mean, even the iPhones that we're using, or cell phones, I should say, if you're not using an iPhone, can make some great capture. There's no reason why we shouldn't be out there shooting any time of the day, especially with the equipment that we have, just the phone. This is a little bit tough on exposure because of the contrast here, but all in all, it's still well put together. 7.
9/11 Selfie.
Yeah. This is great. I love the lighting on her face. Good capture there. You can see her great. This is a profile, you can half of the face, and that's good. Look at the lighting on her face. It's coming from above and to the side. Adds dimension. I like the little red, the phone, along with the red piece on her rain gear. It bounces it off into a diagonal. Very nice. 8.
Flowers for a Friend.
This is nice. This has a little bit of a color shift, but I don't have a problem with it. It actually kind of enhances it because of the flowers and her, her jacket that she's wearing. So most of the times I don't like the subject dead center, but I don't have a problem with it here because it's still very, very well balanced and it's a good story. 8.
Columbia at Night.
I like the idea. I think that it falls a little bit short because of a couple of things, and I don't have a problem. It almost looks like there's movement on the top and nicely done on the bottom, and I kind of like that. I think it's it's cropped in too tight, and you can see the building is falling backwards. So we can fix that in post-processing. If for some reason we tilt the camera up and the perspective starts getting a little weird, we can fix that and bring it back. And that's something I would have liked to have seen, and a little bit more on the sides there. So 7.
34th Street Sleeper.
Good candid, good cropping. Lighting is a little tough. I'd like to see bringing the highlights down a little bit more, especially in the background. And there's many ways you can do that. If you're using Lightroom, you could use a linear gradient, and the same thing in the foreground on the stone there. Use a linear gradient, bring it down so it just almost vignettes right into the gentleman there. 7.
Yes, little one, you will dance soon.
Beautiful costume, the headdress. I love this. I go to a lot of these festivals and things like that. I think we have too much looking at it. My biggest problem is looking to the top left. That's where my eye keeps going, because that's almost the brightest part of that gentleman, that what he's wearing there. So once again, all you had, if you could have moved over a little bit to the right and blocked them, it would make a big difference in the final product. 7.
Recruits arrive at Princeton.
Yeah, this is a great area. I love photographing there. And this is nice. This is a good storytelling image, well exposed. And when I talked a little bit before about people, places, and things, the maker showed a little bit of the architect of Princeton buildings there, which helps finish the story off. 8.
Grief Street Performer.
Very nicely done. I like the a little bit of a pano type crop. So the maker is forcing us to look exactly where we want to go, and there's a great wall behind it. There's a lot of good stuff going behind there as well, with the guy watering and the lips and all that good stuff, and her contributing to his craft. 8.
The baker counting her dough.
Nice black and white, good tones. Do programs on black and whites, and I hope everybody's photographing in color always, because you will be able to manipulate your black and whites much better. But this is really done. The only thing I would have done, and I love the image, is cropped up and got rid of the planks on the bottom. It just cropped up right where it comes horizontally. I think that would have balanced it, but it's still very, very well done. 9.
One-man band, San Francisco.
Yeah. Yes. And another pano crop, and the maker decided to do that, I'm sure, so we can get rid of some of the maybe distractions, and I'm glad you did that. Great exposure. With this image being kind of backlit, but it works wonderfully. 8.
Best friends.
I love the placement of the couple, even though they're dead center. It's symmetrical, so it works very, very well. A little tight again. Sometimes I don't know, maybe vertical on this. Keeping these sides in a little bit more, but maybe a little bit higher for a little better balance. 7.
King's Gambit.
We have a little bit of a kind of a contrast issue here. Although I like the story and I like the movement of this gentleman's hand in the front. I don't know if it's the focus that's, more into the center, as that gentleman on the left-hand side in the center seems to be a little sharper, but it doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it good. That's what the maker decided to do. I just like to see a little more black in, especially down on where the chest board is. A little more contrast there. It'd make it a little more snappy, a 7. I like the runner. No,
All right, we've got 3 9s, so we need a first, second, and third. This is 1. This is a 2. And this is the third one.
wow, they're all beautiful. Congratulations to all of them. Let me just see them one more time.
Mhm.
Okay. This is 1.
This one's 1.
Yep.
Okay. And we have this one.
That's 2.
Okay.
And you're
this
on your own.
is obviously 3.
Yes.
All right. Now we have 8 8s. I need 4 of them.
Okay.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th one.
Okay. The first one you showed me,
Okay, this one.
that's 1, yes.
Okay,
The third, 2 over.
this one.
Yep.
Okay,
The one next to it,
this one.
yes.
Okay,
And then the next to last by the wall,
this one.
yes.
Okay. All right, we'll review this. Then we'll take a quick 5-minute break,
Okay.
and then we'll have the salon group.
Okay, level 3, honorable mentions. First one is Morning Coffee by Valerie Williams. Congratulations, Valerie.
Beautiful, Valerie.
Breakdancers, New York City, Stan Pepka. Congratulations, Stan.
Great capture.
Honorable mention. And 9/11 Selfie, Matt Rank. Congratulations, Matt.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Grease Street performer, Valerie Williams. Congratulations, honorable mention.
Nicely done.
Third place, the baker counting her dough, Wendy Sisson. Congratulations, Wendy, if you're there with Will.
What kind of dough is that? Pesos? Can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
And second place, Summer in the City, Melinda Matlack. I don't think she's here tonight, but congratulations,
bad.
Melinda.
Beautifully done. Yeah, that's the way I look. Yeah. Yeah.
He's on.
Yeah, I thought this was Valerie's image.
Yeah, I did too.
I wish. But Melinda's on.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
But it is something Melinda would take. So
Yes.
I'm going to put a quick 5-minute timer up.
Okay.
Everybody can take a quick little breather. I'll make it so you can unmute each other if you'd like.
Oh, hi, Melinda. You are here.
As soon as I find everybody, you can unmute yourself if you would like, starting now.
Nice
Matt, I have to say, I liked the image on that woman's bag. It had the new tower on it
Yeah, she probably got it from the museum.
from the museum. Yeah. That was kind of interesting.
I kind of thought it was a little tacky that she was doing selfies, but hey,
It's a little odd.
Maybe it was a selfie with her loved one in the words on the
Yeah.
wall. I don't know.
Yeah. Melinda, we need to talk about where you found those guys.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll never tell. It just happened to be in the right, I happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. You're not kidding.
Yeah, it was in New York City.
Huh.
Of course.
Linda, was the Princeton shot, the group shot yours?
No,
Oh,
it wasn't. My other shot was the two girls in Columbia,
oh, okay.
best friends. I can't tell you where because I don't remember. Francisco would know. Or Debbie, you were there. You would know.
Yeah, which one?
The
Which
two
shot?
girls, remember we were walking down that street and there was the two girls and a guy and they were taking pictures of each other.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
they asked-
yeah.
They asked us if we would take their
Hey, Jim.
picture for them.
Jim, can
I
you hear me?
remember the town. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I remember the town too. I just don't remember the name of the town.
Jim,
Yeah.
Yes,
can I ask you a question?
of course.
Okay. I'm trying to, I have a conflict with something that happens to me in my photographs. The one was smoke break, and you wanted it to be a little bit straighter, the horizontal straighter,
Okay,
which makes sense. But I noticed, maybe you didn't notice, the verticals were straight. They were straight. So if you make it horizontal, the verticals will be lopsided. How do you fix that?
you can fix that. What do you use for post-processing?
It wasn't mine.
Oh,
It was, oh, I use Photoshop.
okay. There's a couple of things you can do. In Lightroom, first of all, there's a transform button that you can click. Sometimes that'll help straighten everything out. You can use a couple, there's an auto in there, there's a level, there's a vertical.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes what I do in Photoshop, if it's really lopsided on or converging, like one of those buildings I said was falling backwards, you
Mhm.
can actually select all and grab your distort tool and pull the handles out and it'll straighten it out.
Right.
Nobody knows that you're doing that because you're the only one that is seeing it, and it can actually straighten everything out and make everything plumb. And you know what? It's not terrible to tilt your camera. I do it a lot. Sometimes I go overboard, but some images, let's just say if you're on a beach and you're photographing and your horizon line is really off, it doesn't feel right. So that's something that you can do in cropping. Just rotate it and make it straight.
Well, yeah,
Hopefully that answers some of your question. Yeah.
well, my conflict was, I'm trying to, well, I think you gave me the answer. I have to try it.
Yeah.
The verticals were straight, as I mentioned, and the horizontal was lopsided. So I-
Right. And that can be fixed in post-processing. It's easier for me to show it to you than by all means, if you ever want to contact me, email me and we can pull up an image and I can show you very simply.
Okay,
Yeah, Harvey, that you could probably do that since the camera raw filter would have it in Photoshop too.
Yeah. That would have the transform tool as well.
Yeah.
okay. All right, give it a try. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna mute everybody and then I'll unmute Debbie and Jim, and we will continue on.
Here we go.
Debbie, you should be unmuted.
I am.
Jim, you should be unmuted.
I am.
Excellent. All right. So we can get rid of this. Get my lovely runner up again. And then we gotta move this around. Got too many windows open.
Can I say a quick word before you move on?
Sure.
I want to let everybody know that, first of all the images are awesome. And this is only one person's opinion. Some of it, some people might agree, some might not, and it's okay. What I would suggest is go out, continue to shoot what you love to do, and don't worry about what other people think. Just capture what you feel. When we do national judging, there's 5 judges. So sometimes you'll hear from the somebody from the low end, and somebody's on the way up on the other end. It's just obviously it's a personal, everybody's personal opinion. It doesn't make it right or wrong. So just hopefully you can learn a little bit just about composition, leading lines, other things that'll just help you as you move on with your photography. I'm glad we're not in person, because I never tell anybody what car I'm driving, because I don't want any flat tires.
That's always a plus.
Yes.
All right, we have 16 images, first, second, and third, 3
Okay.
HMs. And anybody that needs Jim's address later, I have it, so I can hand it out to you. No
Please
problem.
do. Anybody can contact me at any time.
Here we go.
Street kid.
It's great. I like the square crop. I don't know about everybody else, but years ago, that's all we had when I was shooting medium format square. And this is great. We have a leading line, as you can see behind the child. Good exposure, good expression, and a great story. 9.
Mom, would this shoe fit me?
Here is something I would have, again, this is just my own opinion. I would have looked for a different angle. I know sometimes we just got to shoot very quickly, but if you had the time, maybe move so you didn't get the gentleman in the background. I don't know if it really adds to the image, and that's something you always have to think about. You also have, looks like, I don't know if that's a hat on the left-hand side. I know it's hard to crop because you want to show a lot of the shoe, but these are some of the things that you have to look at when you're photographing outdoors. 7.
Pedal powered.
Love the colors. I love the slight movement. And the only problem I have is the car in the foreground. It's almost 2 different images, and it really takes away from the beauty of the capture of the gentleman on the taxi, that kind of taxi thing. Again, I know that it's happening in a split second, and I appreciate that, but sometimes you got to either shoot in bursts, so you got it coming across, or hopefully you can separate the foreground from the background. So 7.
New York City homeless.
Great color combinations happening here with the warms and the cools. Again, I talk about that because it does add depth to the image when you have these combinations like that. It's a great crop. Sometimes we talk about the rules of third. If you divide the image in thirds, horizontally and vertically, and you put the main part of the subject in one of those areas there, usually that works very well. 8.
Three Amigos.
Yeah. Well captured. There's so many things here that you have to enjoy looking at. Obviously, you have the figures, the 3 gentlemen sitting there, the woman in the background, but you got a lot of texture happening here, and the black and white is handled very well. Nice blacks, nice whites, good range, 9. And I also like the one of the subjects is hiding from the camera, and I get that a lot as well.
Signs of the Times.
Yeah. Good for this maker to capture something so unique and so today, unfortunately. But this is what we're up against. I like the view. We have, again, diagonals coming across, so that forces us to go through the image. The focus point is great. I like that it falls off a little bit, you know, in the background. So it all works very, very well. 8.
Locals and Tourists.
Yeah, that's like me in Brooklyn. Hey, what are you talking about? Hey, Vito. And it's great. You got 2 stories going on. You got these gentlemen in the foreground that are just going at it and, you know, talking with their hands, which a lot of us do. I know I do. And then you got a couple in the background that could care less what's going on. They're just figuring out what they're going to do for the rest of the day. So it makes for a great story. 8.
Trapped in a Bubble.
Great title. Fun image. You know, I'm glad that once again, you go out there, experiment, not everything has to be, you know, by the rules or by the book. I think by doing things like this, you really open up your mind to many different approaches to photography. 8.
Coney Island at BWAC.
Yeah, that's not the real Coney Island. I don't think. If it is, next time you go, take me. I shoot there all the time, but I don't think it is. Anyway, I digress. This is great. The background is non-existent. In other words, so we really focus on the signs and the colors. Everything is nice and plumb, nice and straight. 8.
Love is in the Air.
We have a lot of things happening here, and hopefully the maker figured it out. The right and left hand almost looks like arrows pointing to the couple. Then you got windows within windows, and then the mouth is right on the corner of one of those frames in the background. And I know that I hope that was intentional. If it was, they get it. They understand where to put these things. So this is really, really fun and well done. 9.
A Clown's Life.
Yeah, for some reason they seem to be always sad. For the most part, when we think about clowns, I love what's happening here. I wish that we could fill up the frame on this one. This one would be have such more impact if we would get in there, crop in there, get rid of that whatever's on the left-hand side. That is it a jacket or whatever's coming in there. and just concentrate on not even 3/4, maybe even a little tighter up the chest area into the face. That's where all the action is happening in this image. 7.
Domino players.
Like it. We got those lines coming in from bottom left, and bottom right, top right, and we have the hands come in. So everything is leading us just right to the middle, exactly where all the action is happening. I think that we still having a problem. We could actually put things out of focus in post-processing. I do that sometimes. So we really just get rid of everything else but what we want where the viewer to go. Not so much the body, but the hands and the table. 7.
Night in Chinatown.
This was gutsy. Some people, back in my wedding days, I used to do color in black and white, and I don't really do too much now. I do a little color washing now, so it almost looks like a light painting. But you know what? To me, this works very, very well. Eyes go right to where the color is and right where the gentleman is, of course, standing in between the doors there. And you know what? It's very, very well done. 9.
Just waiting.
Nah. Great lens choice. I love doing stuff like this. Wide angle, get in there, fill up the frame with the main part of this, of the story. Beautifully focused, beautifully exposed, great colors. It has a lot of good stuff happening here. Congratulations to the maker on this one. It's really nice. 9.
Church greeters.
Beautiful lighting. Just right on the money. Lights up the dog, lights up the gentleman's face. Like I said before, lighting is obviously everything in photography. This happens to be more dramatic. It has a direction, and that adds more dimension to your image. So look for this type of lighting. It's just gorgeous. 9.
Hard at work.
Yes, that kind of looks like me. Not like those guys that are all buffed up. This is a great story. There's a lot of things happening here. Sometimes you got too much to look at, but you know what? This is the story of this woman, what she does, and it's a good story. I'd like to see everything brought down maybe a little bit in density, so it's not so bright, and gearing on her a little bit more, where she's lighter than the side areas. But it's a good image. 8.
All righty, we have 6 9s, so we have to get a first, second, third out of here.
Six 9. Did I do that?
You did.
I did. Congratulations to all of them, to everybody, actually. Nick, could you run through them?
Here goes the first one. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one.
Okay. Wow. They're all tremendous, and you all should be congratulated. Okay. Number 3 is going to be the first one, the little boy.
This one?
Yes, that'll be number. We're looking for first, second, third.
First, second, third. Yep.
Yes, this would be third.
Okay.
And can I see the dog and the 2 dogs? 2 dog nights.
This is dog A and dog B.
One more time.
Dog A. Dog B.
Wow. 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 Okay, I should make a decision, I guess.
I can go back through whichever one you want to see. If you want to
Yeah,
look at,
let's go back to the other dog on the couch.
Yep.
Or on the bench. It's not a couch, it's a stone bench. Okay, this will be second place.
okay. And I need a first place.
And the one next to it.
This one.
Yes,
This is first.
yes.
All right. And HM. HM. HM.
That's great.
And we'll review this, and then you'll have the task of picking the best to show.
Okay,
Okay.
And Will, I
Level
sent you a
4.
message if you can look at it.
Level 4, honorable mention, Three Amigos, Harvey Birnbaum. Congratulations, Harvey.
congratulations.
Love is in the Air, Francisco Gomez, who is in Iceland. Congratulations in Iceland, Francisco. Night in Chinatown, Harvey Birnbaum. Also honorable mention. Congratulations, Harvey.
Nice, Harvey.
Third place. Street Kid, Lynn Padway. Congratulations, Lynn.
Nice, Lynn.
Second place. Just Waiting, John Aniano.
Wonderful image,
Congratulations.
wonderful image.
All right, I'm gonna build the best of show, and then we will go through that.
Okay,
Take me 2 minutes. This, and this. We want that. And we want to copy it to there. Okay. So we have 3 images. We need a best of show.
okay. Easy for you to say.
Yeah, it's easy for me. I just got to show them to you. So this is image 1. This is image 2. And this is image 3. And I can go back to any one you want to see.
Yeah, go back to the second one.
Okay.
And let me see the first one again,
Mhm.
please. Wow, this is so tough. I love them all. And the last one. Yeah, this is your winner right here.
All right, the one with the dog's the best of show.
Yes.
All right. And now we will review the first places and the best of show.
Okay, this was level 2, I believe, right? Yes, level 2. Susan Ladam, will they meet? Congratulations, Susan.
Yes,
First
Susan,
place.
this is wonderful. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. A great capture.
Is,
She on,
Susan on the line?
uh,
Are you there?
not sure which one is hers.
Susan, if you're there, can you raise your hand in chat? Or raise your hand?
Maybe not.
I can unmute this Susan, but there's no microphone, so actually I can't even unmute. Oh yeah, I can unmute. But I don't think this is the right Susan.
No, I don't think she's here.
Yeah, I don't think that's the right one. All right, next one.
All right. On level 3, love you, Kathy Tatana. Congratulations, Kathy. I'm glad your power came back.
You're there, Kathy?
She
I-
was.
I'm on my phone. Can you hear me?
I
I
can hear
can. Congratulations. This is so beautiful.
Oh,
The lighting,
thanks.
the composition, the storytelling. You got so many great things going on here. You got it. It's a great street capture.
Thank you.
Where was this, Kathy? Tell us about it.
It was in Philly.
Yep. Love Philly.
I
I
just
think on
noticed-
South Street. I think South Street, really.
Okay. Yeah. It's a wonderful place to photograph down. I love also going down by City Hall or down by the market there. You got lots of crazy stuff happening. Great place and great shot.
Thank you. My battery's dying because I lost power, so I think I'm going to be cut off.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Good luck. All right, here's the best of show.
That is mine, Debbie Aniano.
Oh, Debbie, that is sweet, sweet. Where is this?
Thank you. This is in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
It was we've been twice. This was the second trip, the last day. And we just went to some little town to spend some time walking around. And there was this gentleman and this dog.
Wow, it's beautiful. Are they under like an overhang, or is there a big opening on the left-hand side?
There's a big opening. That's actually the opening to the street on the left side.
Okay.
That wood is a very large door.
Uh-huh.
And there was actually a homeless guy on the other side of the door. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether the dog belonged to him or belonged to this guy.
Well, you know what? That's only for you to see and understand, and for the viewer to make what it is. But the beautiful lighting it is so very important. And you know what? No flash. It's nice and easy. Just look for the light. It's out there, and here you have it coming in. It brings out that beautiful detail in the wood, the beautiful detail in the subjects. I mean, look at a cane. You see the cane, the beautiful lighting on the cane. Everything is just phenomenal. This is so beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I did some work in Photoshop. I brought the light down on the cane actually a little. It was a little too bright.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought up his pants and the side of his face slightly.
Yep.
And I think I brought the door down a little. The door was a little too red, so I brought the colors down just a little.
Great. And when I talk about post-processing, there's so many things you can do, and just use it to your advantage and not try to overdo it. This looks so very, very natural. Well, first of all, the lighting is natural, but the post-processing that you did was just enhances it and not just takes over the whole image. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Excellent. I've allowed the chat to go back on, and I've made it so if you want to unmute yourself, you can.
Debbie,
Yes.
where's your Facebook shot?
Oh, ooh. If Matt turns on my video, I'll show you guys that. So Jim can see this.
Yeah, they'll get a kick out of that one.
Yeah, hold on, let me find it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, let me find my Facebook shot. This is what I told everybody I was gonna put up, Jim.
Let's see.
This
it.
one's really.
So I have to
this
start
one's
my
really-
video. Let me see if I can get this so that you can see it. Where is my camera? All right. Hold on. I have to get so I can see me. Hold on. How do I see just me? view the screen.
I could probably just show it here. See if I can find it. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
post very much, so I could.
Yeah, yeah, it was just, yeah, probably be easier if Matt finds it.
Yeah, I found it already.
Okay,
Just give me a sec.
so this is the one they wanted me to put in, Jim.
Yeah, I'm dying to see it.
Here it comes.
Okay.
It's called Oblivious.
Oblivious, yeah. Oh, that's
And
great.
this is actually Francisco Gomez, who was the third place
Okay.
winner in this, and he's in Iceland right now. He was
Sure,
our,
he's too busy chimping.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's our tour leader.
No, that's great. No,
Oh, this was in Colombia.
Yeah,
Debbie?
and these two
Okay.
girls were parading all around town. I don't think it's what they look like. I really think they were just two girls that were friends, and they were like all over the place. But it was just so funny. He's looking at his camera and
Yep.
they're walking.
no
past.
clue. No.
Debbie, Lou said it should be called a happily married man.
Yes, that was in the comments, Valerie. That was the first thing that Susan Little said was, yeah, he's definitely happily married.
That's great.
His wife liked the picture, by the way.
It's a great story.
So
Good
we'll
stuff,
tell him that
guys.
we showed that.
Jim, I just want to thank you so much. It's Lynn.
Thank you, Jim.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
This is a lot of fun. I got to see some great images, and hopefully, we all learn. I learned from watching other people photograph. There's no reason why you can't learn from other people. And I continue to follow a lot of different photographers and try to pick up little tips and techniques from everybody. So thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Very welcome.
But thank you for
Very,
coming.
very-
It's my pleasure, guys. And if
Yeah.
really, and I mean, if anybody has any questions or wants to know something about post-processing or Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever you're using, feel free to give me, shoot me an email or text me, whatever, and I'll get back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Jim, do you park your car outside or in the garage?
Yeah, it's in the garage.
Oh, all right, all right.
I learned.
We had a couple questions. I just want to make sure I clarified that.
No problem.
Whereabouts in Flemington do you live?
I'm sorry.
Where are you in Flemington?
Are you familiar with the area?
Yeah, very much.
Okay, I'm right near, not too far from Liberty Village. I'm on just off of 202 where the Route 12 circle comes in.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I'm right there. I grew up in Brooklyn, like you said. I moved to Staten Island. Well, first of all, I think there's a law. If you grow up in Brooklyn, you have to go to Staten Island. And if you live in Staten Island, you have to go to New Jersey. And that's exactly what I did. So I've been here since 88. So I've been here a pretty long time, but I'm still a kind of a city kid. I still like to get back to the city. But you know what? Got the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
which is great.
So you're close to
Hope.
Costco and Diamond Nation.
I'm close to New Hope. New Hope. I'm, over the bridge is just, 15 minutes from me.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep, I heard you. Yeah, so I can hop over the, going to Lambertville, hop over the bridge, going to New Hope, which is a great area to photograph people. Lots of good stuff happening there. You got the bikers that go there all the time. Just don't knock down one of those bikes because you do, they all go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
Then you're in big trouble.
Do that?
Domino.
Do that, did you?
That's right. That's
You
right.
did it? Jim, you knocked over one of their bikes?
No. I'm very careful. But there was a movie, I forget the name of it, but the guy knocked them, came out of the bar and hit one by accident. They all went down and it was ugly. So I always think about that. I keep my distance.
Oh, that was a dirty grandpa or something. What was
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. And I always think about that.
Forget what it was called.
Anything else? Any other questions? Or,
Good night, Val.
Night, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Good
Night.
luck with the
Good night.
job.
Good luck with the job.
Good night, everyone. I'm yawning and everything. Good
Night.
night.
Bye.
Good night.
Night,
Good
Valerie.
night.